Hi, everybody. Tom Leahy with Optimum Ed.
Candice Suarez. I'm the Director of Student Counseling here at Optimum Ed. Today we're planning on talking to you about planning. And in light of the chaos we've been all thrown into yesterday and things, sometimes, you might not feel that planning is something that you'd want to do in states of chaos, but sometimes grabbing control of at least something that you can control is, it really helps you out. So, Tom, let's talk a little bit about how Optimum Ed can help in the planning process.
Yeah, so I think, you talk about being able to, control something and focus on something that you can affect. Academic chaos is something that you can affect. And you can, you can reduce that turmoil that happens when a young person goes off to college. And we see it all the time. We change majors two or three times. We even changed colleges because we really had thought through the process before we go.
Mhm.
And for so long that was the the accepted norm. I mean, when we send our child off to find themselves, but in today's environment, with the costs involved and everything, can we really afford to do that anymore as a family? In most cases, probably not. And so that chaos creates more time and obviously more expense as well. So trying to be more efficient, is a process of planning ahead of that eventuality. And I think if you think about it in terms of the process, it really makes a lot of sense. It's like anything else. I mean, it's a great analogy is retirement planning. Okay, so what does retirement look like for you, right? What is it that your expectations are? Your financial advisor will talk to you about that and say, okay, what is it that we're wanting to do, achieve, travel, about whatever it is. You come up with a number that supports that, and then you plan backwards. So, okay, here's so many years ahead of time. We need to invest this amount of money and these types of investments in order to get there. Well, if we use that same sort of process with college planning, it makes total sense because it starts with what are we trying to achieve in terms of career, our life goals, that sort of thing, and then how do we get there? And that education, the training, whatever, is the tool, and the investment in money are tools to get us to our goal. And it all starts really again with determining where you want to end up, and that is direction, and that's easily translated into academic path. For us, it starts with an assessment, right?
Mhm. Yeah, and I feel like I'm such a big cheerleader of our assessment lately. I feel like it is just such a great way to start and get organized moving forward. What it gives you is it does a full assessment, providing you with information about your learning style, which is how you learn best, how you process information. It gives you information about your personality, how you interact with others best in the workplace. Do you prefer a social environment, or do you prefer to work alone? How do you make decisions? All of those kinds of things. It gives you information. And then it takes that assessment and picks out your top 3 interest levels, your interest areas. So, and then at the end of that, it takes and gives you a whole list of potential careers based upon the answers to your assessment. And I think that that's so important for young people, because I think it just opens the doors to different career rabbit holes that you can go down that they probably didn't even know existed. Because I think high school students, they know what their family members do, obviously. They know maybe what close friends do, but they don't necessarily know all that's out there in the world. And so this is just the best place to start, with just learning about what's out there and seeing if you can visualize yourself in that kind of a position.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's very empowering. I mean,
It
it's a
is.
very and positive process for the student, because it's about what you can do. And it's really eye-opening. And it really, when you think about direction, we have to think, we want to find something that the student get their heart and mind around in terms of work. But the other part of that too, so important, is the viability of that work in terms of the anticipated salary and longevity. Is it going to provide you the income that you expect to have the lifestyle that you anticipate? And is it going to establish you in a potential career, not just a one-off job someplace? So that passion and viability, and the assessment process brings that together, because those jobs that you were talking about, we can connect to the ONET, right? And have that data and that information about salary ranges, decline or growth over the next 10, 15 years. How many job openings are available every year, that you're going to be competing for? And we can look at it by state, nationally. It's huge. It's a huge and very powerful assessment process that we spend, what do you think? Maybe 4 hours there?
Yeah, I would say, because we do the assessment, and then follow up to the assessment is at least 2 hours. And then, engaging with us for the rest of it, we really walk with you through the entire process. Yeah.
So it's so the assessment piece itself, probably with if you're talking about the time that the student will spend doing their own research in the process, it's probably 4 or 5 hours that were spent there. But if we do a good job there in determining what you should be when you grow up, again, the rest is planning backwards, right?
Yeah.
It makes, what is it that we want to be? What education and training do we need to secure to achieve that? And where are we going to get that education and training? Oh, guess what? That starts our college, search process. We need these college majors. Well, okay, then we need a college that has those majors, and then the culture of the school, what best fit for the student, and the financial piece, all that comes together. And it makes, real planning sense. And is a, very practical approach to create more efficiency and cut down on and more success on the part of the student in this process, right? Get to the other side, launch successfully.
Yep, exactly. So planning, even though it seems like a really big, stressful step, graduating from high school, in any kind of environment, let alone this environment, planning and making sure that you are going in the right direction is really key.
Right. So when you ask a young person, where do you want to go to college, you don't really realize how large that question is.
Yep. Yeah. And
so we can help answer that at Optimum Ed. And you can get a hold of us through our website, OptimumEdCenter.com. Our office number is 804-417-4807, or our general email, ask@OptimumEdCenter.com. And with that, Candace, I guess we will tell everybody goodbye and have a wonderful weekend.
Yep. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.